Morning, our lovely kids' church. We're inside still. How are you finding this third lockdown that we're in? And for most of us, Christmas is also, in effect, tier 4 is lockdown. So we've been in this position for a little while now. How are you finding it? I bet you're all being troopers with your online learning. And if that's a bit of a struggle, I'm sure your parents are trying their hardest to keep you entertained. Well done to the parents, because it's not easy. I have quite an easy time because Jake and Abby are at secondary school and their school give them lots to do. And not just lots to do, they actually have their teachers on the screen lots, so I don't have to do much. It's still hard though, and they're having to stay at home all the time. But I suppose it's stopping the spread of corona, and the quicker we can do that and secure our hospitals, the quicker we can start meeting again. So keep praying, guys. Praying for this corona to go away, for the viruses, the vaccinations to be rolled out, and for us to be safe enough so that we can meet in person. Because I need to not become the size of a house by being stuck in one. So that's a good thing to be thinking about. So, Kids Church, here we are, still online. This week, I sent an email to your parents. So your task is to check, did your parents get an email from me? Either they did and they read it, they did and they haven't read it, make them, or they haven't received it, which means it might be in the junk. Equally, we might have the wrong email address. So, if they haven't received an email from me, please get them to let me know, because I would like to get in touch with them. So we need emails. In the email, young ones, we were trying to touch base, but one of the things we wanted to do was to see if you're happy with Kids Church and what we're doing, and is there anything else we could be doing? Is there anything you want to do? Now this week, unfortunately, I'm a bit sad, to be honest. I haven't got any videos of you all. But I know this week's been really tricky. So, no problemo. We still have Granny and we still have Gramps. But what we would love to do is make sure that each week we've got at least one family on the screen with us, so that you're not just always seeing the Lawfords and the McCauleys and sometimes the Krugers. But actually, we want to see as many of you as possible, and we really don't mind what you're doing. Like, it could just be you're doing a bit of schoolwork, or you're going out for a walk, or you could actually do some jokes for Grampy. He wants to hear jokes. It means that today we're going to have to hear more of his. I'd much rather hear yours. And if you want to tell us a story, I can tell your parents what we'll be doing each week, which story we're going to be doing. So maybe you want to tell a story. Maybe you want to have a chat about things. We really don't mind. What we want is to see you. So if you've got any thoughts about Kids Church, or you've got things to send us, you can put stuff in the chat, but equally you need to send pictures to me. I'm not going to declare my mobile number on the screen because this goes on YouTube. You can email vicky@wokinghamvineyard.org to send me stuff. If you'd like my phone number so that you can message me on WhatsApp, put a message in the box. Anyway, without further ado, today, Kids Church, we don't have any videos, but we do have Granny with her story, Grampy with his jokes. It's not our week for craft. We will have some worship. And then I have a game for you, which is the same as last week. So I will talk about that a little bit later. First of all, we're going to go to Granny with her story. Oh dear. Hello, children. Look, it looks like I've got a sun on my head. A halo. Blessed are the old. Oh, forgive me, children. I'm not very organised today. Oh, the Lawfords. Oh, how they make me laugh. They've got this new exercise bike. Let me try and get off it. I thought I'd give it a go. Granny on a bike. Got my towel. A bit sweaty, a bit hot. Oh, I've got my water. Hang on. Granny's here. Keep hydrated, folks. Keep hydrated. Oh, do you know what? I'm watching myself here and I feel a little bit like I look like one of my daughter. Let's try and think. Great granddaughter. I can't remember. Anywho, Vicky's mum, yes. One of her dear friends, Sue. I look like Sue today. I can't wait to show her. Oh, how funny. How delightful. Now, I am going to get off. Oh, crumbs. Oh, this is a bit 116 on the bike. Would you believe it? Look here. No, I still can't show you. How does this wretched machine work? Here, can you see? That's where I sit here, and then, should I maybe try this way round? There we go. Oh, yes. Oh, I travelled far. Oh, I'm just going to plonk myself in a chair right here. Oh, let me get rid of this towel. Oh, careful, Granny. Don't want to mess up the hair. My hair, it's because it's all, when it gets wet, folks, from sweat, it shrivels up. It doesn't look like I've got much hair today. I do, I promise. That's all the same. Same here now. I have finished my cycling. Let's find some, oh, I know, here we go. Oh, there we are. Let's put it there. Oh, oh, hello everybody. Still here, Granny. I've got a cat next to me too. Maybe he'll join in with us. Maybe. So, today, I have been told that we are going to continue on Jesus' journey. Last week we talked about John the Baptist. This week, this is exciting. This is about capturing. Well, he didn't really capture. Did he capture? I don't know. Let me just check. So I have my rhyming Bible. Thank you, Darius. And today we are going to be continuing Jesus' journey. And we are jumping to, so Jesus was born, and it was about 30 years before we saw Jesus again. Well, actually, tell a lie. There is a story. We do hear about Jesus as a child, as a teenager, getting lost at the temple. And we know that he grew up learning to be a carpenter. But we're going to rejoin the story. So when he went to meet John the Baptist, he was about 30 years old. So he'd grown up and it was time for him to come and do God's work. So he saw John the Baptist. He then went and gathered his disciples. And then he went and began to speak to the people. Now, let's set the scene for you, shall we? Jesus is there talking to people, possibly eating. But really, he's gathered and lots of people want to hear what Jesus has got to say. Because it didn't take long, folks, before people wanted to know what Jesus was going to say. And he was in a house. And not a house like ours. Not a roof. This is a flat roofed house. Okay. And that is quite important here. Because I think otherwise we might wonder how this would happen. This story is called 1 friend, 2 friends, 3 friends, 4. So, as I'm doing the rhyme, join in. And then at the end we can see whether you think you know where we're going. 1 friend, 2 friend, 3 friend, 4 climbed on a roof, and there they tore a hole as big as a man and more, to lower their 5th friend on the floor. Maybe you've heard this story before. Jesus was teaching in that place. The house was full. there was no space. And you should have seen the owner's face when his roof disappeared without trace. I tell you now, folks, I would not be happy. The four men then apologized. Our friend can't move. He's paralyzed. But we think that if Jesus tries, he can make our friend arise. Oh. Well done, Mark Beach. Oh no, hang on. Mark Beach did the illustrations. Well done, Bob Hartman, for your rhymes. Right, so back. So they've apologised for breaking the roof and they've lowered Jesus down. That's the plan anyway. Your sins are forgiven, Jesus said, as he looked at the man on his drop-down bed. But all four friends just scratched their heads. They thought he'd fix his legs instead. So when they went there, they were there because he was poorly, he was paralysed, he couldn't move, he couldn't walk, he couldn't move. Sins, what a strange thing to start talking about, folks. The priests were angry. Ooh, it's got that in a big old bold word there, look, angry. We have to say that really clearly. Angry. Bothered and hot, another big word. God alone forgives, they thought. And this man, Jesus, God, he's not. Then Jesus put them on the spot. What did Jesus say? Let's look. Forgiving sins that's hard to see, to prove that God has given me such power and authority, I'll set this poor man's body free. So Jesus was talking about sin and forgiving sin, and he is now healing the man also because he has the authority from God. Rise and walk, he told the man, then pick your bed up with your hand. And just like that, the man could stand and walk and run and jump and land. Oh, how delightful. The four friends broke out in a cheer. I shed a happy... Oh, sorry. Obviously tired from my bicycle ride. Read that one wrong. The four friends broke out in a cheer. One shed a happy little tear. The crowd praised God and called out clear, we've never seen anything like that here. One friend, two friend, three friends, four climbed on a roof, and there they tore a hole as big as a man and more to lower their fifth friend to the floor. Oh yes, I think the next page might be the next story. Let me just check. Yes. Oh yes, next week's story. That's a great story. Oh, so how strange. Goodness gracious me, going and making a hole in somebody's roof and lowering your friend down. What friendship that is. Have you ever had to help a friend in need? What about helping a friend to try and be forgiven or to have a relationship with Jesus? I think that's quite a brave thing to do, to be able to say to somebody, I'll pray for you. Because that's kind of what they were doing. But instead of praying, they took him to Jesus. We can't physically go to Jesus, but we can pray to Jesus. And they had the faith in their hearts that Jesus could heal this man. They didn't even think about sin and stuff. They didn't understand that side of things at the time. But Jesus did both for the man. And the man got up and he walked. How astonishing and amazing would that have been to see. But folks, if nothing else, I really feel it's important that we, as Christians, those of us who can say we're Christians, that we do lift up our friends to God. Isn't that funny? I suppose it's lifting down in the story. And we're praying up to God. Yeah. Don't want to confuse you. Anyhow, however you pray, it's always good to pray for our friends because maybe, just maybe, by God answering their prayers, they may come to know Jesus too, which is really what we'd love them to do, wouldn't we? Wouldn't it be lovely if everybody had a relationship with Jesus? That would be so, so wonderful. So maybe have a think about a friend that you could pray for this week. A friend that maybe doesn't know Jesus. And you could pray for 2 things. Maybe you could pray for their safety, for their health, or maybe if you know someone's got a trouble, maybe you could pray for that in particular. But at the same time, what is really good is to pray, Jesus, I really want this friend of mine to come and know you. Oh, because we did the prodigal son the other week as well. And do you remember about people coming back to Jesus? Oh, so many stories. And that's what we're going to be reading a few of over the next few weeks. It's the stories that Jesus told to help people understand what it was to have a relationship with him and God. So, watch out for that in future, folks. I'm going to stop rambling on now. I'm going to finish my session. I think I might be going to play a game with Abigail and Vicky, actually. And we're going to go over and see Grampy. Grampy and his jokes. Oh, dear. Grampy did enjoy doing his jokes last week, folks, and I'm sure he's going to enjoy it again this week. But remember to send your own jokes in, because Grampy's jokes are really not that funny. Anywho, I will see you all next week. Toodaloo. Grampy. Grampy. Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Who's it? Who's it?
You're not in the war anymore, Jeffrey.
What?
You're not in the war. Put your walking stick down, man.
Yeah. I was in the trenches.
Bad dream. Back in the trenches, were you, dear?
Cold there. Wet.
Yeah, your dodgy foot. How many toes did you lose, Grampy?
7.
7. Oh, Grampy.
I only got 1 on one foot, 2 on the other.
Yes, that's why you have to keep your socks on. Can't be having those skanky feet near me.
I can still walk though. I can still walk, dear.
Oh, well done,
Just
Grampy.
very slowly.
We're all so proud for you.
Now why have you woken me up, dear?
I've woken you up, dear, because it's time for your jokes. Do you remember with the children?
What?
The children. We said that you were going to do some jokes with the children and maybe see some of their jokes. Do you remember?
Oh yes, I remember now.
And do you have any jokes for our children this week?
I've always got jokes, dear. I've always got jokes.
Okay, sorry, I should rephrase. Do you have any funny jokes, Grampy?
All of my jokes are funny.
Yeah, we'll see, Jeffrey, we'll see. Come
There's
then.
a theme to my jokes today.
Oh, a theme. Go on then, let's see what you got.
Why did the owl owl?
I don't know.
Because the woodpecker behind.
Oh, that's such a grandpa joke. Oh dear, have you got another one?
Of course. Why did the milk shake?
I don't know. Why did the milk shake?
Because it saw the jelly wobble.
Oh dear. Oh, dearie me. Any more?
I've got one more. How do you make a milkshake?
Well, milk and probably some form of flavouring, I would imagine.
You creep up behind a glass of milk and you say,
Boo! Oh, Grumpy. Oh, you startled me. Oh, goodness me. I think you've added another couple of years of my life. Oh, I feel like I'm 118 for a moment. Oh, I have to catch my breath. Oh, you gave me a startle. Oh, that was quite funny. Yeah, Grumpy. Now, Grumpy, I believe we have some little... Oh, the dogs. Dog's trying to go outside.
that wretched thing.
Oh, you leave that dog alone. Anywho, we have some jokes from young Faith.
Do you?
Yes, we do.
Ooh.
And here they are now for you.
How to make your family laugh at lockdown.
wriggle your ears as well? You're so
Bye. Have a good day.
Boy, gosh, what earth was happening with her eyes? And her tongue? Looked very strange, but I must admit I was laughing. Very, very funny. I don't think I could do that. My eyes might pop out.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen, Grampy.
No. We don't. We definitely don't.
You're strange enough as it is without your eyes popping out. Oh dear, folks. Well, I think that might be it for Grampy's jokes this week. We have a dog situation. So, and he's... Oh, how convenient. Oh, how convenient, Jeffrey. Grampy has gone back to sleep, and so that means Granny is going to have to get herself off the sofa to let the dog out. Now, I don't know where Vicky and Richard are. Off somewhere, so we will have to deal with the situation. That's it for this week, folks. We'll see you next week for Grampy's jokes, or Jokes with Grampy. Toodaloo! What's it say, Kai?
Jesus loves you.
Yeah. Can we turn around this way? Oh, that's so nice.
It's the dinosaur song. Let's take a trip back in time. So many, many years ago, walking on the earth were supermassive animals with teeth and claws and fur. Some could swim and fly and crawl, but way more radical is that God who made them is alive and greater than them all. God is bigger than a dinosaur, taller than a dinosaur, stronger than a dinosaur. God is older than a dinosaur, more mighty than a dinosaur, more awesome than a dinosaur. Oh wow! So was Tyrannosaurus Rex king above the rest? And how did Stegosaurus bath or Diplodocus lay eggs? Only God could know it all, but way more radical is that he could bring them back to life. Now wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't it? God is bigger than a dinosaur, taller than a dinosaur,
do the same game that we did last week, and that was a memory game. So what I have is I have a lovely tray here with lots of items on it, and you have to look at the tray and remember everything that's on it. And you don't have to tell me everything that's on it, you just have to remember. So no photos and no writing down. It's got to be up in that brain of yours. This is going to help all your educations. You will get a certain amount of time to look. I will then whiz the camera away and then I will take something. And you have to tell me what it is I have taken, removed from your memory tray. We're going to do that 3 times and see how you get on. So, are you ready? Get those thinking caps on. Here we go. Here we go. Have a good look. A lanyard, we've got a purple pen, dice, medicine, spoon, a little man, battery, knife, nail varnish, car, glasses. Oh, let's just do that. An earring, a pen, whistle, inhaler, a candle, a Pringles mask. You're going to see my fridge for a moment. La, 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 la. Okay, what is missing? Type it in the box. What have I taken from my lovely, lovely tray? Can you work it out? Type it in the box and we'll see how you do. Now I appreciate it does take longer for people to type and the answers to come up. So I'm going to waffle for a bit longer. Lolly, lolly, lol. Okay folks, the first thing I took today was the nail varnish. So I'm going to put that back. And you're going to go into the kitchen fridge again. And we're going to take something else. And I have put the nail varnish back. What have I taken? Have a look. Hope you didn't take any pictures or wrote it down. It's all memory. Do you know, this is such an easy game, but it's really good for remembering, helping your brain to remember. So if you get bored, folks, this is always a good game. But what I will say is if you as brothers and sisters do this without your parents, the main thing that will annoy your parents is if you don't put everything back where you found it. Very important. Right, have you typed in your answers? Okay, this time it's the whistle. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. So back to the fridge. Whistle is going back on. You see the temperature of my fridge. And here we go. What has gone? Can you tell me? We used to play this game loads when we were kids. And actually about 3 years ago, must be now thinking Corona, we went to Spring Harvest in the summer, which is where we always go for our holiday in France. And whoever was preaching at the sort of family service asked for volunteers, and Jake and I went up and they made us do this. But rather than it being about taking things away, you had to remember everything on the tray and list it. And we did it. Because we were good at remembering. So, what did I take? I took the dice. So, well done if you got 3 out of 3. Not bad if you get 2 out of 2. If you got 1 out of 3, 2 out of 2, 2 out of 3. If you got 1 out of 3, still awesome. You're so good. And if you didn't remember any of them, do not fear, because it's just a game. Well done, everybody. Wow. I think I've just said, did you get 3? Did you get 2? Did you get 1? Did you not manage to remember any? Doesn't matter. It's just a game. If you've got game ideas, let us know, because we're going to mix it up a little bit. We can do the quiz as well, but we just thought we'd try and make things a little bit fluid, try some different stuff each week. So watch your space. I don't know what the game will be next week, but we'll think of them. Massive, massive we love yous to everybody. We miss you all. keep tuning in. Encourage your friends to tune in. Doesn't matter if they come to church or not normally. It's entertainment for a little bit. Granny and Gramps, or Grampy even. Shouldn't call him Gramps. I call him Gramps, but he's my great Gramps, so I can say that. Granny and Grampy McHoley will be here again next week. Big thanks to them and their efforts today. Nadia will be here next week, which is very exciting. And hopefully we will be inundated with videos of you. So many videos and pictures. Or art. Take a picture of something that you've made. We love it all. So, we will see you all next week. Stay safe, folks. Follow the rules. Big love from us at Wokingham Vineyard. We love you.